The reason why I wanted to come to the University of Oklahoma is the coaching, the culture, and most importantly, the fans. Where else would you want to be? You know, we're at a legendary school, Oklahoma, you know, most winning program in, you know, all of college football. And, you know, this place has a lot of legacy, has a lot of culture, and Coach B is the best offensive line coach in college football. He loves Oklahoma. You know, he could have left if he wanted to, but, you know, he stays because, you know, he really loves this place. I also think that the legends at O-line that have came through here, you got players like Lane Johnson, you know, you got Trent Williams, Ben Powers, Creed Humphreys, you know, just some incredible players that have been here and have showed us what it looks like, you know, really, you know, carries the torch, you know, it passes the torch on down to the next person. A good team, a good organization is gonna, you know, pass that torch down to the younger guys and they're gonna uphold the standard and even raise it. I think what makes this team special is the brotherhood, you know, the bond that we have. You know, Coach V did an amazing job, you know, pulling guys together. I'm sure some of y'all see we have the mandatory fun shirts. You know, I think we're just a tightly bonded team and a team that's hard to kill. The moment that stood out to me where I knew this team could do something great was, you know, back in the spring, just the way we've worked all year and, you know, the way we worked in the summer, you know, the effort we put in the spring, the effort we put in all season, you know, I knew that this team had the potential to go far. A lot of people were doubting us. A lot of people said we couldn't do it, and that was the first sign. Even though we all knew, it was showing the world that we can do it. And, you know, going into Neyland Stadium against, you know, that incredible Tennessee team, you know, a high-powered offense that, you know, top defense, and, you know, being able to ignore the crowd noise and just play football and to come out there with a win, you know, it means a lot. It means a lot to these guys. It shows the grit that we have, and it shows the determination that we have and the confidence that we have in each other.
Let's elevate one another. Challenge yourself to be your best week of practice yet. Most efficient, the quality of your work. Okay, the quality of the work. They talk about that if y'all are a construction crew and we're building, okay, a house that is a symbol of the season, okay, the season, our football season, Team 131. If we're all constructing, okay, this crib, if you will, right, our dream crib, have the kind of season, right, that we want, the quality of the construction is always dependent upon the commitment of the crew. There is an expectation we're playing our best football here at the end of the year. Well, we're just getting a little bit better. Daily improvement. Okay? Not changing a bunch of calls and things of that nature, man. We're just getting better. All right, so we need to be our best game when it comes to handling the environment. All right, and attacking everything without fear. All right, that's how you go win on the road. All right, you gotta keep the door in freaking mindset. How many bullets you got? You get one. Okay, you get one shot. All right, don't get to go do it again.
It's another massive road test for the Sooners. For the second game in a row, Oklahoma will head into one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. Oklahoma at Alabama this Saturday, 2:30 kick with everything on the line.
Oklahoma rolled into town trying to keep those college football playoff hopes intact.
The Crimson Tide have not lost an SEC home game since 2019.
To play in these big stadiums, in these big stages, you know, it's everything. You know, I thank God for allowing me this opportunity. Ever since I was a kid, you know, I dreamed of playing, you know, big football. It really means a lot to me.
Let's go! Are you ready? Do the check! Are you ready?
There's two things you regret in life. The things you don't do and the things you do. You got a grand opportunity, we got a grand plan. Execute that, we'll get what we want. 3 reasons why contenders fight. Contenders fight because what they lack, for who they love, and then because they love it. All 3 are true about each one of you. You love it, you love each other, all right? You fight for what you lack, and you got everything you want right in front of you.
Ain't gotta be anything more than what y'all are. Choose violence, protect the ball. We all good? Yes, sir. Here we go. ATFA.
you down. You that close, Dolph, taking the next step as far as what we're trying to go with this program. You that close. Leave every ounce of energy you have, dog, on that field.
All season we done a great job of punching back. Today I don't want to punch back.
No, we punch
Make them punch back.
Hey man, let's talk about that. Remember what? Remember what? Remember this moment right here. Remember this moment right here.
Let's go, baby.
Everything we do tonight's all about OU. Put respect on that name. Put respect on that brand. You guys got that? Tight brotherhood. That's what this thing's gonna. That's gonna be the separator tonight. Okay, that's what's gonna be the separator tonight. Understand? Pick your brother up. Have your brother's back. All right? Have your brother's back. Okay, one shot, one kill. One shot, one kill. That's what we got sitting in front of us right now. Okay, there ain't no tomorrow. This is a one of one, a best of one. You understand? Okay, and we're trained for this moment. We're prepared for this moment. We worked for this moment. Okay, now go make your plays. Okay, make the ones that are there. Okay, make the ones that are there.
Two of the great programs in the history of college football about to go head-to-head for just the 8th time. And a meaningful game for both sides. Tate Sandell kicks off. Has had a phenomenal season in his first year with the Sooners. Simpson steps up into the pocket, nowhere to throw it. He's taken down from behind. Tackled by Marvin Jones Jr., one of those who will play more today in the absence of our Mason Thomas. Blake Dowd, a good punt. Isaiah Satania made the first man miss, and here he goes. Across the 40 of Alabama and tackled from behind near the 30.
He's an incredible player, you know, extremely fast, you know, he's a track athlete, reliable player, you know, technician, and he's a guy that we rely on a lot in critical moments.
Taking a strike to Deion Burks. And he's down at the 12-yard line, and Oklahoma first on the board. And that overall, Simpson swung down for a loss. Kip Lewis, a blitzing linebacker. Well, there's an interception on the first play thereafter. Eli Bowen down the sideline. He may go. Ty Simpson back there. Can't tackle him. Touchdown, Eli Bowen. 87 yards.
Eli's pick, it really changed the game. You know, Eli's an amazing player. He's a ball hog. You know, the first thing I thought, right before the pick, you know, we had that fumble, or they had that fumble, you know, and even though we didn't pick it up, I knew our defense was, you know, they were getting after them, so I was getting ready, you know, to go out, and then next play he got the pick, and I was just like, man, we got some dogs on defense.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Ball's out at the end of the return at the 30. No whistles yet. Sooner sideline convinced they have the ball, and they do. Latier through a hole inside the 5. Touchdown!
So that touchdown play that John had against Alabama, you know, it was a great call by our OC, Coach Buck. You know, we knew what they were going to be in. We knew what to expect. You know, John being able to be a tough physical player, you know, run through blocks there in the end zone. And, you know, I think that just shows, you know, what type of player that John is. You know, he's a very physical player. You know, he's not afraid to get down and dirty, to get hit a couple times, you know, to stand in the pocket and throw it. John is a guy that has a lot of grit, you know, and I think John really stands or really embodies the term hard to kill.
He walks in for a touchdown untouched. High snap, and it's hooked wide left.
Okay, go take everything you got.
Come on.
Defense, we gotta clean some things up. Communication and in our coverage. Okay, defense, you do that, we win the game.
Yes, sir.
Offense, take care of the ball. Okay, take care of the ball. Out physical. Make sure that freaking pile is going in our direction all night.
Yes, sir.
Special teams, flip the script. You guys got that?
Hey,
Go kill! Don't let no man deny you!
Let's go!
All right, let's go. Hey, win on 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't let no man deny you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Receivers wide to each side, and line gets there and forces a fumble. Free ball, and Oklahoma has
it. You know, I think the biggest motivation is to silence the crowd. You know, it's one of the best feelings, you know, when playing away is at the end of the game, looking up in the stands and it's empty, you know, with 5 minutes left to go or, you know, however much time is left to go. You know, I think we really tried to embody that road dog mentality, you know, not losing a game on the road.
pressure. Yes, they do. Heineke tried to blitz. Simpson throws, broken up. Peyton Bowen. What a day for the Bowen brothers and the Oklahoma defense.
I think the win against Alabama, you know, showed a lot of people what type of team we are, you know. We're a physical team. You know, we had the Hard to Kill shirts. I think that was the first week we started wearing them, and that really embodies, you know, the spirit of the team. You know, we're gonna keep fighting to the end. You know, we might get punched. Everybody gets punched. We're gonna punch back, and we're gonna punch back harder, and we're gonna punch last. And I think that the Alabama game, along with, you know, the rest of the games in the season, and really starting with Tennessee, showed that type of mindset that we had. Winning the Don Key means a lot to me. It means a lot that the coaches, you know, feel like I'm a, you know, leader of this team. You know, I try my hardest to, you know, come in here and be consistent every day and to be a vocal, not just an action leader, but a vocal leader, and, you know, to show the young guys how it's done. You know, Owen Heineke, you know, him winning that award, you know, I'm super proud of him. You know, he's a dog too. He 100% deserves it, you know. That guy, you know, he was a walk-on, came in, earned a scholarship, and now he's balling out, you know.
Fight for everything right now. Fight for the season. Fight for your brother right beside you. Fight for everything right now.
Okay, respect for this opportunity. Respect for your brother. Okay, respect for the freaking jersey. Respect for the name on the back of my jersey. You understand that? Okay, high expectations, high standards.
Okay, can't look back on the past. Gotta see, switch it, yeah. Check the stats, it's a rap. Whole team did it, yeah. Took an L, bounced back, gotta redeem with it. Came back on the top, came back on the roof, yeah. From rags to riches, straight out the money, I had to get it. Had to get it, I do it right, I had to pivot. I'm passionate with it, up on the chain, I'm cash addiction. I always see when I put it in vision. I try to tell them I'm trash and listen. See away, I don't need for the pain. I don't need to do words, came out the first one in the race. Can't curse, was blessed. I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I'm next, I'm next. Can't tell me nothing, can't look back on the past. Gotta see, switch it, yeah. Check the stats, it's a rap. Whole team
Perfect in the red zone this season. It's scored on all 32 trips now. Touchdown, Javonte Gibson.
Critical moments, you know, we need to go score. You know, John, you know, the receivers, the running backs, you know, we all understand, you know, the situation, and I think John kind of leads the way by, you know, announcing to everybody like, hey, we got to go make something happen. You know, his leadership, his ability to make big plays in critical moments is something that, you know, I haven't really seen before. You know, he's a very extremely talented player. And, you know, just his leadership in terms of, you know, motivating the guys, you know, getting everybody's mind right for the drive coming up.
Okay, this is going to be a four-quarter game. All right, four-quarter game. Offense, great job. Last two series here. Scored on our last two series. Hey, listen, body blows, body blows, body blows. You got to believe, you got to finish plays, and you're going to see exactly how that works. Let's go win this thing. Let's go. Let's go. Go make your plays. Let's get knocked there backwards. Move the freaking pile. Let's go.
And let's do it together. Hey, together on three, together on me. 1, 2, 3,
together. Let's go.
Can't look back on the past. Gotta see, switch it, yeah. Check the stats, it's a rap. Whole team did it, yeah. Took an L, bounce back, gotta redeem with it.
Beulah going deep, and it is intercepted by Jacoby Johnson. He's happy he's here. He's not happy with that throw. Picked off to seal the game.
Will take a knee. And that'll do it. Sooners win. Final score is Oklahoma 17. Missouri 6. Committed on behalf of the University of Oklahoma. Thank you for your support.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job.
Talk about having respect for this freaking jersey. Going in this week, we're 8-2, right?
Sure.
Is this program built on going 8-2?
Hell no.
This is a program that's built on the highest standards you can have in college football history.
Yes, sir.
You talk about putting respect on this name on the back of your jersey, too. How you do what you do. You inspire people. Your grindiness inspires people.
Going in there and stopping that incredible, running back and that great offensive line, it shows how physical we are up front. Those front seven, that D line, that middle linebacker group, they're some of the best in the league. They're putting their hand in the dirt. They're getting physical up there, and I think it shows that the type of, mindset that not just them but the team has. It's a little grimy. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's football. It's a rough game, physical game, and I think I love that part about this team, that we are grimy and that we are down in the mud and that we do things the hard way.
I've always said Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays, maybe the top of the food chain, but it's Thanksgiving should be a lifestyle, not just a one day a year thing, in my opinion. And I just always believe that having a gratitude will help your spirit align with God's peace. And I just want to say thanks for all the families that have sacrificed so much for us as a coaching staff here this season. It's been a blast. And as y'all know, I know you're on an island running solo most of the year. And so thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. Thank you for helping your husbands be incredibly successful. They couldn't do it without you. It takes everybody. So I'm going to pass the mic back to Scotty. He'll bless the food and just kick back, enjoy the fellowship and good food. I appreciate everybody. God bless.
What's the best Thanksgiving side?
Best Thanksgiving side? I like banana pudding. That banana. Oh, it gotta be the mac and cheese. So down there, mac and cheese.
Oh, stuffing. Respectfully, mac and cheese.
What's the best Thanksgiving food?
Best Thanksgiving food? You got mac and cheese, you got mashed potatoes, and then I ain't gonna lie, if you get blessed with that turkey leg, because normally there's only 2 of them, you get blessed with turkey leg, you've done it. That's the best options.
Best Thanksgiving food is the mac and cheese, but it depends on who's making the mac and cheese. If you can't make mac and cheese, please don't make mac and cheese.
Remember we used to talk about someday? Remember we used to talk about someday? Someday just happened. 5 weeks ago, we came in that team meeting on Monday after Ole Miss. We were hurt. Scarred up. You guys made a decision. Put it up there. I'm not one. I don't like putting the cart before the horse. Okay? We put that graphic up there talking about the playoffs. And what it need to look like. Because I know what the noise was saying all around you. Nobody believed in this team, but you guys believed in yourself. This don't happen, okay, if you don't believe. And you got to believe in that moment. Just go back to the 5 weeks. You guys made a decision at that moment, right? He said if you go 4-0, there's a 90+% chance you'll make the playoffs. Okay, you did the hard stuff. Okay, we drug ourselves out of a grimy place. Okay, we got out the mud. In the moment, we got out of the mud. All right. Here we are someday. All right, man. I can't. There ain't no words. Okay, I don't have anything to say other than how much I respect you, I love you, and I just have this incredible admiration for you guys. The coaches don't make the plays. Coaches don't. Yeah, we put in work. But you guys are the ones that go out there and you did it together. You know, the talk today encapsulated. It was really like today. All right, for all the stuff that we had to overcome today is like that's who we've been. You guys have been here for 4 years. That's what it's looked like, all in one game. And we're gonna circle back up here. I'm gonna talk about that in a second, but just a couple of things, man. We were able to overcome against again one of the teams that everybody picked for preseason, you know, national champs and all that. Very talented squad. Okay, and it's hard to win. All right, it's hard to win. It's hard, especially hard to win. We have a lot of self-inflicted things that went on out there, okay, today. But you know what? We overcame. You know why? Because we kept throwing freaking haymakers. We punched back, okay? And at the end of the day, we punched what? Last. Punch last. Punch first, okay? Punch back, and punch last.
Yes, sir.
And that, hey, that's what a champ does, okay? That's what a champ does. You make a decision. And again, that's what you guys decided to do, okay, 5 weeks ago, all right? We've gotten better, and you don't do what we just did with again all the things that we're able to overcome. You don't do that unless we've gotten better. We get out of our own way. When Oklahoma ain't losing to Oklahoma, man, we ain't got to make it close. So you know what? Most exciting for me is our best football still sitting in front of us. Right, but we talked about vision, okay, belief, and action. Right, vision, belief, and action. You got to see it. All right, vision. All right, vision. That's where it all starts, man. All right, that belief, that creates the pathway. All right, but at the end of the day, man, you got to be about that work, boss. Ain't nobody giving Oklahoma nothing. This team right here, okay, I told you guys earlier today, most important thing you do in your life is to freaking pay your own way. Most important thing you do for the rest of your life, I'm paying my own way. You know what that means? I'm going to earn it. Nobody going to give you nothing. This world don't owe you nothing. The game don't owe you nothing. If you gonna get what you want, then you have to freaking earn it, and this team's earned it. Ain't no shortcuts. We went the hard way. We went through the narrow gate. Wasn't no wide path on this direction, on this journey. We went through the narrow gate. Chose to do the hard stuff. That's what you guys did.
I think the story of this team is a team that, you know, we started off good, started off hot, and, you know, we had a couple bumps in the road. You know, some things didn't go our way. You know, some games that, you know, you wish you can get back, but, you know, you can't go back. And that's what we realized. And, you know, we made a decision midway through the season to, you know, change the narrative and change the trajectory of the season and finish out strong, even though, you know, nobody really believed in us but each other.